So let me ask you this. Going way back in human history, what are some of the earliest forms of social organizations that you can think of? Tribes, right? So the tribal form is one of the earliest form of organization that we had. We still find it in first world countries or first world parts of the world, like the Amazonian jungle, Papua New Guinea, some parts of Australia, the Australian outback with the Aborigines, some parts of Africa, right? So around the world, we still have people who live like around the tribal form. And in fact, in modern society, we have remnants of the tribal organization, right? So tribes, what are other earliest forms of social organization beyond tribes? Related to tribes, what's the most fundamental social unit? Yeah, the family, right? So families. In fact, tribes are related to families. Originally, tribes were just a patriarch with multiple partners and multiple children, and that was a tribe. Right? You still see like how in the jungle of Borneo, how do tribes are formed? You have a dominant male who has multiple wives and clears a path of jungle to create a village, a compound with essentially like his huge family, and has multiple children. And the children, when the male children, when they want to marry, they can't marry inside the tribe because it's all their sisters. So they travel to another part of the jungle to meet another tribe to find a wife there. And sometimes some of them never marry, stay in the tribe. If you want to marry, you can maybe, if you're successful enough, to create another tribe somewhere else and start the same motif, right? So family and tribes are related. What are some other forms of? So we have. I don't want the updates. How does this? Okay, here we go. So tribes and families. Other forms. I have one last form. What's that fundamental? So when we were living in nature before we had villages, how did we survive? What was the basic organization of how we survived beyond tribes and family units? So if you look at the family unit, how was it organized? Who did what? Right, we were hunters and gatherers, right? Hunter and gatherer. And it was based on a gender-based division of labor. Men would go to hunt, men would be the warriors and the hunters, and women would typically focus more on child-rearing and gathering food and staying around the village, organizing the life of the village, of the camp, because we were nomadic. So we've had, those are kind of some of the earliest forms that are still present today, right? This last one has been challenged in modern society with feminism and women starting to do men's work and men doing female work. But you look around the world, you still have a very basic gender-based division of labor that's still present, right? So, okay, so that's one way to think about it.